Welcome back to episode 15 of Surrey Build Weekly. Once again, we're here at our project in Byfleet. As you can see, the mammoth task of stripping the roof is well underway. We have still got a little bit left to do. You can see how the two sections are now open up to make quite a vast space. We've got the membrane, the battens, all the tiles off. We do have this section here though, where we are going to be extending out slightly with the extension that we've not yet stripped. And the reason for that is that the tin hat needs to be extended slightly on the scaffolding. So we're just waiting for John and his team to come and do that for us. So here we are in the same room that I was in last time I was showing you this loft. Obviously, this section's not been stripped, as I explained. We're waiting for the scaffolding to extend the tin hat to give the protection so that we can really get cracking with that bit. The rest of it is really opening up though now, and you can really get a feel for how large this space is and how the loft is going to unfold. So I'm now standing in what was once the valley. This is going to be a full flat roof section with some lovely skylights that will flood natural light in. Obviously we've got Velux windows all along this side and all along this side. So this is going to be a really light, airy space once it's finished. We're now going to head over to our other project, the one in Epsom at the Greenway, and see how they're getting on there. Very final stages, we've got the plasterers in, so let's go and have a look. And here we are back at the Greenway. Today's plastering day. Our team of plasterers work very quickly, so I anticipate by the end of today, if not all finished, it will mostly be finished. After the plastering, we then move on to the second fixed stage of the project. So we will have our electrician in. He will be fitting the plates for the sockets and the light switches. We will have our plumber in to fit the bath. Our tiler will then come and tile. And then finally, it will be the rest of the sanitary ware that will be fitted, so the shower, the toilet and the basin. And then the final part is the second fixed carpentry. So here we'll be fitting the doors, the architraves, skirting board, and of course the handrails and spindles for the staircase. So from plastering to tacking, let's head over to the Mount in Guildford and see how they're getting on. And here we are at the Mount. We've had a lot of progress this week, particularly in the extension. We've had our electrician, he's come in and done the first fix, so he's run all of the cables to the points. At every project our electrician does, he will put together a detailed plan, electrical plan, and he will keep it up on the wall so that once all of the insulation, boarding and plastering has been done, he knows exactly where all of those points are. Our plumber has also been working very hard. He has been installing the wet system underfloor heating. So we have had our ground slab, we've insulated that with our Celotex, and we have laid the pipe work in the extension that will run the underfloor heating. Now the underfloor heating will run from this manifold and it will have a wireless thermostat. It will run separately to the rest of the property's central heating. With underfloor heating, you get a different kind of heat. It's more evenly distributed as opposed to radiators, which are more localised sources of heat. It also frees up valuable wall space because we don't need the radiators. I would say that underfloor heating doesn't necessarily add any value to a property, but it certainly is a luxury, and certainly if the client was going to sell, is a selling point. And here we are up in the loft at the Mount. This week we have had the insulation. The guys that are now currently doing the tacking, so the plasterboarding. It will be finished by the end of tomorrow, ready for our team of plasterers to come in and plaster. This particular loft's got some really nice feature glazing. We've got the triangular rear window that will perfectly frame the view of Guildford Cathedral. And then we have got 2 circular skylights. So the skylights will actually be square glazing on top of the roof, but internally Stacey has painstakingly made a lovely circular frame, which he will be attempting to plasterboard. He's got a few tricks how he can do that. So we've got one at the top of the stairs and one on the stairs, so there'll be really lovely features when this project's finished. We are now going to head up the road to our new project, the Mountside. We were last there when they were starting the scaffolding, so let's see how that job has progressed. And here we are at Mountside. You can see the scaffolding has been complete. From the rear garden, you really can appreciate how much of a monster this scaffolding is. We have Marius and Lucas on site. They are stripping out. The stills have been surveyed and are on order. They'll be here at some point next week, so the guys will be ready to receive and install those. The client is currently deliberating between clay tiles or concrete tiles, so I've brought along a few clay tile samples for them to have a look at. So that kind of wraps up episode 15. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.